How's it going? Is this the official beginning?
You want to do it as it?
You want to do the thing?
Let's do. You want to clap it? Or
you do it. This is what you do. All
right. Writer's Block episode. This one. Take this.
Beautiful.
It is. We're in.
So I shouldn't be pointing to the camera. Do it again. Here we go.
Second Sticks. Writer's Block. Take 2.
All right, bro. Check this out. What's up?
Yeah!
What's up?
What's up? Writer's Block.
Writer's Block. Good to see y'all. We didn't set our timer, so that's fine.
It's fine.
We're gonna have a long episode today.
It's gonna be an emotional one.
It's gonna be an emotional roller coaster. Hope you're ready for that.
Yeah.
We're excited that you're here. I'm gonna just give us a quick introduction. Welcome to Writer's Block, where we talk sci-fi and fantasy, and basically awesome stories of all kinds. We're two writers, and this is what I wrote down. So yeah, we're experts or whatever.
He wrote that down, actually.
I actually wrote it.
He had time to write whatever he wanted.
We got a script.
Yeah, he wrote, we're experts or whatever. And we read it and co-signed it. We're like, that's...
I love it.
Yeah, we love it.
I love it.
So
yeah, we got a special episode today.
Right.
And we're going to get right into it, because I've just got a huge list of just incredibly fun things.
Ooh.
And we made this list together. We don't remember what it says. Neither one of us. So we're going to have to trade the computer off at different points.
I like this.
And I'm just going to go without looking at them, so that I'll be surprised by the things that I wrote down yesterday.
Down? This is good.
This is going
to
be good.
To be fair, was it yesterday that we talked about this?
Yesterday or the day before. Or 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
Honestly, I have no idea when we did it, but I truly don't remember. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so quick announcement.
Yep.
Big announcement.
Big one.
Yeah. We know famous people.
We know lots.
I don't know if you have seen Two to Ramble. You have.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Two to Ramble.
You should see it.
It's a great group. Dude's got these guys have 60,000 subscribers, and they
need more.
They need more. So all 80 of you, go for it. They remember that guy who was mean to me that one time?
If you're still here,
you're watching. He goes, it was like a random short. It was a low quality short that I made. He was mad at me for the quality of the camera.
Yes, that's right.
And he was like, dude, you have 13 subs. Just die. Basically.
This channel doesn't need to exist.
But then the next day I got 5 more. And so I came back and commented on this it's 15 subs, bro.
Pew, 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 got it. Yeah.
So every time we get 100 subs or hit any milestone, I'm going back to that same thread. I'm just gonna be like, bro, we have 100 subs now.
I like to imagine in my heart that he subscribes, and he's the reason we got 5 more. He said, guys, check these guys out.
He's gonna see people responding to his comment. And it's just gonna be me every time, just
updating
him on our subscriber count.
But it's just you. He's gonna see you.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so it's not a trauma thing. It's not a weird thing. It's just me being an idiot.
We're gonna put a thank you to him in our book.
Legit, I'm gonna dedicate a book to this guy. Okay, Two to Ramble. Yeah. I sent them a quick message. I love their stuff. They're great. They just achieved their milestone. They said if they interviewed Brandon Sanderson, they would be able to quit and die happy. That was their goal. Obviously they need to keep going, but they freaking interviewed him.
I know.
So they achieved they interviewed Joe Abercrombie too.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
For 2 hours, and it's really good.
That's pretty dope.
Really cool. So I just congratulated them, and they were super nice back. I told them I'm a writer, and I was like, hey, you'll be our Sanderson one day. We'll interview you guys, and they're the best dudes in the world. They were like. Cool. Set it up. Let's do an interview. Yeah. And so we're setting it up. It's gonna be awesome.
We had to remind them that we had at the time 60 subscribers.
Yeah, I was like, are you sure? We can't help you with anything yet. They're like, dude, we don't care. So they're just super nice, great dudes, super fun guys. And so we're filming that in a couple weeks. And in honor of Two to Ramble, they've been talking about sci-fi a lot recently.
Great topic, by the way.
Great topic. They talked about how much science you need in sci-fi. Which is a really good video. And they just did another video, which was 15 things we want more of in sci-fi and fantasy.
Which is check this video out, cool video, and a cool talking.
I think I know how to link it. I think we can link it.
Oh, we're going to link it.
We're going to link it. Look at it. I think it's right there. And it's a little gray thing. It's really small.
Our editor's going to be like, I only know how to put it in the other corner.
Our editor. But once you get enough subscribers, you can do a big video thing, but you have to earn that feature.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel bad about it.
I don't feel bad about it. It's fine. doesn't matter.
I feel
they could do whatever. You're mad?
I'm mad.
I'm mad.
I'm mad.
So I think we just get right into it, even though it's been like 15 minutes already. But
yeah, right into it.
Okay. Quick interruption from Sam here. Look, we're a new channel. We're still small. We're some just little guys, and don't you want to help the little guy out in this messed up world? Where there's big bullies pushing people around. They're just stomping on everybody. Help the little guy out. Hit the subscribe button. Help us grow. And hey, when we're big, we're gonna help out the little guy too. Okay, right into it. I'm gonna throw this at Mark. Okay, this is one of the things we said, and we can just vamp on it. So We'll start with things that we want more of, and we like to also talk about things that we want less of, because the world needs more negativity.
It's so positive right now in the world that
positive.
We just want to help out. No, here's the thing: it's just that
our feet still touch the ground.
Yeah, hates it.
Hates it. You personally, what? Sorry.
What? I need more interruptions.
Okay.
No.
You got it.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying.
My bad. All right, here we go.
Important.
Let's start with the less.
I like that.
Okay. This is a really good one. Less hollow screens, more analog tech in filming, more analog tech in futuristic stories.
Oh, okay. This is.
Oh, wow.
Do it.
Oh, that's a good one. No.
Yeah.
It's just hitting me in waves. This is a great one. So why don't you talk on it from the?
Okay. I think it's. I want less of it, and I think we both agree on these. We want less of it because we want the analog stuff in there. There's a natural good feeling seeing, reading, or hearing about somebody flipping a switch 3, 2, 1. It's a good feeling. It's way more interesting to have to run to get to a button than to run to get to a place in the sky that you need to like press. And it also gives you a reason to keep moving. This is visual storytelling and written storytelling, to keep moving to an area. Like if you could just say, "Hey Siri, start the ship," beep boop bop boop boop. Instead, while you're running away, that's kind of a cool little quick thing to get you off the planet while you're being chased down by people with, lasers. But it's way more interesting to get on the ship, have to press the button so that the ladder comes up, have to run in there. You can hear it. It's all more visceral.
Visceral, yeah, and this is Mark's greatest strength as a writer. Well, one of your greatest strengths as a writer is you're feeling what's happening in the moment. It's not just a description of like something visual. It's like you're feeling the ladder's rusty and you're feeling it grate down.
Oh, I love it.
You know what I mean? As you're getting like all of that stuff comes across more with a real ship is there. It's not just behind the scenes. I don't even know behind the scenes, but it's like a green screen and.
It's harder
to
pretend.
I think there's even something lost with like the Mandalorian. Like Mandalorian's a great show, right? Everyone loves it, and you should. It's all filmed in a dome, and there are moments where I feel like it's not just like, oh, the actor. I can tell the actor's not as into it. It's not that. It's more of like it's hard to put your finger on it. It's hard to describe, but it just feels a little clean. Feels a little clean, even if it's a dirty picture on the LED screen or whatever. It doesn't quite feel as gritty.
There's a good weight to practical things, and
that's such a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
There's a good, and you can tell like when someone's drinking from a coffee cup and it's empty.
Yes.
So I love the way you describe that. There's a good weight to practical things.
I think that's what it is. Even when you're writing it, there's a weight to a scene, and in all storytelling, when you're using something that has actuality, and to take it just from what we're saying in Mandalorian, which we both like, back to the original Star Wars, where Han Solo had to flip buttons that did nothing in real life.
Yeah.
He had to remember what buttons he was doing because they had to mean something to him as an actor. So even internally, that means something. He's sitting here going,
and they do have a functionality to them. Yeah. And that analog. Okay, I'm a guitar player.
Do it.
This, like, you can just get digital sounds for everything you play as a guitar player. And it's great. The technology's incredible. And even John Mayer said, they're just like, what's your rig, bro? Like, they're expecting this gritty thing. He's like, I just use this computer chip or whatever. They're like, really? He's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's the same. No one can tell the freaking difference. And it's so much easier to just, like, plug a thing in than to, like, bring an amp and and plug it in. And now it's hissing. And now you got to get past all that. And I get that. It's not the quality. But there's something about that pedal that actually creates in the inner gears of it creates that sound effect.
Yeah.
And when you kick that on, you feel it.
You feel it.
You feel it. And maybe I'm just an annoying musician.
No.
Like, I feel it.
I'm gonna put it to listeners too, because we might not listen to. We might think, oh, we can just get it super clean right now, as super digitalized. But I bet you'll buy a vinyl of your favorite album if you could.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a different thing.
It's different.
It's different.
Well, then there's a second part of this that I really love, and this is what you said. I remember this from 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago or whenever it was. More analog tech in futuristic stories. And so I like this too. This is actually part of why I love Star Wars. So Star Trek is super clean. It's like an idealistic future. It's a positive take on the future. It's supposed to be coming from more of a utopian place, whereas Star Wars is gritty, and some of it is glued together or welded together, and it's
it's a Western.
So yeah, it's a Western, and so like more analog tech and futuristic stories. Can you talk on that?
Yeah. I think that if you're thinking of Star Trek, everything at the most analog that you can get is a touchscreen. It's an iPad that everybody utilizes. But in real life, you would think that old technology would still be filtered into the future. And sure, there's going to be the Starship Enterprise that has only the new stuff, but there's got to be the Fireflies out there. There's got to be regular analog components mixed in, because most people aren't in this world. Most people are not Apple, moving by themselves as a monolithic giant that they can do stuff. If you have a spaceship, or you're a smaller company, mom and pop up the street, and you need a spaceship to deliver stuff, it's going to be held together with a little duct tape. You're going to be sourcing things, and that helps to create the world, I think. Like, if everything is clean and everybody's living good, then where's the strife? And you can tell and talk about strife through history of what's around you. So I think that kind of like, that's what I want to see more, is I want to see the world not beat up, but see the history through everything that's there.
And that's world building. Now the world building is doing more than just existing.
Yeah.
It's talking about the relational dynamics it's unpacking the relational dynamics of the people that are there.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to really build some interesting stuff. And so, and the other thing that I would just add is just personality. I love my truck, and the dashboard is blinking like crazy. And like, it's really hard to pass emissions, and you have to slam the door. When I'm in that thing, it's just awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared to run over stuff. It's also not going to break. It's rugged, Yeah,
it's ready.
And so at the very least, if you're doing a futuristic story that's very streamlined, you're still going to want to, I think it'd still be cool to have elements of it where there's a bunch of, where all of it isn't perfectly streamlined.
Yeah.
And I love stories. Maybe you can think of one or two where the analog tech is like better. Like there's some ship like the Millennium Falcon that's a piece of junk.
Yep.
But it's better because like someone thought to just stick a laser here where like there wasn't one, and like weld the gun on, and so now it can cover different angles, and like maybe it's faster even though it breaks down because like it shouldn't even be that fast, and like it adds a lot of story possibilities.
It adds a lot, and it makes it more interesting. I'll say, here's one. Your book.
Okay, say more.
I will. Queenie. Yeah, Queenie is I can talk about.
But yeah,
Queenie's the ship, and very high tech. Queenie is, and yet the ship is not super high tech.
No.
In the world, I mean, for us, we'd be like, this pushes us forward.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of years, but in the world, it's not very high tech. Just the artificial intelligence in there is very refined. In the sense, there's more to it. But anyways, the artificial intelligence itself is very refined. And that's an interesting kind of mix, because Queenie herself, as the intelligence, is that high tech, is that glossy finish. But that's just all internally. Queenie, the ship, is not as fancy.
Ugly as sin. And they weld I don't know, little, it's not rockets, but like repulsors. I don't want to go too nerdy on you guys, but like, the rockets that like blast fire so you can, fly.
Yeah.
They weld them all over, like underneath, just to like, at different angles, just to like, and they're all coordinated and stuff, but they built it, they found it crashed in the ice, and they were like, "Dang, this is a good ship. Sucks that it crashed. Maybe we can fix it up." And so every time they go hunting over there, they fix it up a little bit. Finally, they got it strong enough to like roll back on its own power, and then they could get it up in the air eventually. But again, personality.
That's it.
Like, it tells you about the people who got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sometimes it's cool to restore something.
The scars on your body tell the story of who you are, and so that's the same thing with technology.
Yep, I love it, man. I could talk about that a lot.
I think we could, but
yeah,
said we got to quick fire them a bit.
Yeah, we'll quick fire them a little bit. Okay, so more video game power systems in shows and movies.
Oh, okay. This one's a me thing.
I like it. I'm here
like
for
it?
it. There's a lot of series that are doing this too. My buddy was just telling me about a fantasy series, kind of like Dungeon Crawler Carl, except it's a little bit more of like a magic based, fantasy based vibe. I'm gonna find out what that is and maybe post it in the comments.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
I think the cool part is, I mean, whether you like it or hate it, but the concept of understanding fully where these people lie, and then it turns into tactics and personality if it's done well, right? Like very soft information on this would say like, okay, somebody is like strength of 10 and you're a strength of 5. You should not be beating them in this strength competition. And now it's tactics or whatever else is mixed in. Charisma. I like charisma getting you through a lot.
In Dungeon Crawler Carl, that's a huge thing. The cat has like 1 million charisma. It's like breaking the game. So yeah, it's pretty great. Love it. And we've done a couple videos talking about that too.
We have.
And we're actually building a system. Which, because once you have the ground rules, now you can use that and apply that to stories. Mm-hmm. But again, I hate it when stories break the ground rules.
Yeah.
Or start to establish a system and they break that system, and you're like, "What's the system though? Like, what are the rules? Like, I want to know those. That's important to me.
That matters.
It matters. So what we set out to do is like, why not establish those rules first, and then do all of our plotting based on those rules? Because we're so sick of magic systems getting broken last second. Mm-hmm. Why not build it first?
Yeah.
And honestly, it can drive the plot. It should drive the plot.
It should. Everything's got to revolve. If you've got a magic system that's so strong, or I don't want to say it's great, but so strongly based in your story, then there's no way around it. Like, you're going to come into a situation where you're going to say, I know all the rules. I know what works. I know that you can't overcome it through this. I know why you could overcome it or circumvent it if you could. And if hopefully you find a way that you can't. That's the best part, when you can't. And then you get your hero in a position and you go, dang, he died. I guess that's the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just had a thought.
I like it.
I think we should jump to a commercial break. Remember those?
Let's jump to a commercial break.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by rain and lots of it. Also, if you guys want to subscribe, it can be brought to you by you. Back to it.
And we're back. Whoever that was, I hope they were nice.
How dare they?
And likable.
Handsome though.
Well, I know they're going to be handsome.
They're handsome though.
Okay. These are a couple quick ones. All right. This next one is maybe 10% shorter books.
Oh.
Like they're sometimes it's just long. Like,
yeah.
And we said maybe 10% shorter books. Damn.
There's there. I think you were mentioning this actually, and I agree with you.
So I just read Project Hail Mary. I'm going to do a review on it. We might do an episode on it. Just such a great book. It's 480 pages, and so even a book that's that good, I'm just like, man, I wish it was a little shorter. So I get it. As a writer, when you are writing something, it will sprawl. You have to be careful. It will sprawl on you. Mm-hmm. A lot of your editing is making things more concise, and almost all of your editing is making things more concise and cutting back.
Yeah.
And so let's make it shorter. I get it. Agents are always like 60,000 to 90,000 words, which doesn't that sound like nothing? But if you can dominate in that space, that'd be great. And also for me, I get to say I read more books.
You're doing him a favor.
Yeah, I read 30 books this year. I'm just doing like this little 60,000 one.
10,000.
It can happen. So, and if it needs a sprawl, it can. That's fine. But
I agree with it.
I just wish everything was a little easier in life.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
It's kind of hard.
Just put the gold in your books. That's it.
Yeah,
just the gold, and if you need to, the silver, and then make sure you cut out your bronze.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's excellent. Another more multiple POV stories.
Ooh,
this is one of mine.
Yeah,
I love multiple POVs. I love jumping, and it's not head hopping, but I love changing scene to scene to scene with multiple storylines and multiple perspectives. And so more of that. I freaking love it. The downside and what they tell you to be careful of is that you can't really is that it's harder to establish your characters. So it's harder for them to really get into this character's head and like really understand this character.
Yeah.
And so what I say is like try to spend time on letting people understand what drives your character, what their brokenness is, what their flaws that they're trying to overcome. And if you're hyper clear on that, then it should be filtered into every single thing the character does. And so then I do feel like if you're very intentional about it, you can still get across the character's,
I agree.
main motivations and stuff like that.
I agree completely.
It doesn't have to be shallow.
No, I think stories that are done really well with multiple POVs are even stronger stories. And I think a good way of training, this is strange because I feel like we've been training in this perspective by mistake. So I'm just going to share it with you. A good way of training to be able to jump and get a personality across very well is writing first person POV.
Yeah, I like this.
And if you can write first person, and it's not like what everybody does now. I don't know why we're in this thing right now where we've been doing it, but
no, I really like it too because so if you're not a writer, first person POV, I'm looking at the world through my character's eyes at all times, and so like literally, I was writing. So there's also like when you're right behind the character, right? That's third person, right? I was writing close third person, and even then I couldn't know what his facial expression is because he's in front of me. Right. But when you're all the way zoomed into the person's eyes, like what opportunities does that give you?
It's if you do first person and it's like a limited POV instead of omniscient, you know everything.
Yep. I can tell you what his facial expression is, even though he's looking that way.
Right, exactly. Then you don't know what's behind you. I can't see Sam right. Well, I got good peripheral vision.
Yep.
I can't see Sam now.
Yeah.
And because of that, I can hyper focus on what I can see and what I'm thinking about. I'm looking at the camera. I'm thinking, does it have enough battery power? There's a little green light blinking, and man, that green light is always getting my attention. That's an interesting thing to talk about internally. If in this situation, not so much, but maybe if somebody was aiming a gun at me and I kept seeing a little blinking light somewhere, that'd be a very interesting small detail to talk about how this person's very aware. And
I feel like you can spend more time in their internality.
Yeah, that's the best way.
And you can and you can talk about like your feelings and stuff. Like, man, I freaking hate that guy, or like, oh, I just feel awful right now. What is going on? Like, you can have that kind of internal dialogue running, and it's very natural in first person.
Super natural. And you get to say it all within their personality, too. So you get to sum it up rather than being this person that has to describe, he clearly doesn't like him because of these reasons. You don't say you don't like someone because they stole your lunchbox in third grade. You say, I hate Gary. Every time Gary walks up, you hate Gary. Unless you're Gary, and I like you. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that helps build the character.
For sure. So if you're doing multiple POV, just make sure that you're really spending that time in their inner voice.
Yeah.
And that there's a lot of personality there. And then I would say the only downside to multiple POV stories is if you've got, and I'm running into this right now, if you've got 3 or 4 storylines going at the same time, and like you as a writer are excited about one of them, like you're just writing that crap out of that storyline, and then you're like, oh well, gotta update the reader on what old Jerry's doing over there.
Doing over there in the
freaking
corner.
Jerry's over there, or I gotta go to the politics scene over there,
right?
Or this. So for me, I'm writing a teenage character over here. If my mentality is, I gotta jump to the teenage character I'm gonna write something that's garbage.
Yeah,
and you're not gonna like it. And my wife has a quote. She's like, where I'm like, I just don't really. And she's like, if you're not passionate about writing it, don't freaking write that.
Ooh, that's
she's
good.
Like, don't write that because I don't want to read it.
That's so good.
If you don't want to write it, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna want to read it. And I'm like, dang. So it forces you as a writer, like, don't have the classic examples. 24, that show.
Oh yeah.
Jack's daughter, she's had to be there for some reason, and so like she's like, I don't know, smoking weed or something, being an idiot with a bunch of other teenagers while Jack's trying to save the freaking world.
Super low hanging fruit.
Just like deal with it.
Yeah.
Figure it out on your own or not. We don't care. Why are you in this show? But then they have to dedicate all the screen time to her. And Jack has a saver and blah blah blah, and it's clearly like you just needed that storyline for some tactical reason, and the showrunners need it, and blah blah blah. Breaks the whole story. So like if you've got that storyline, you've got to figure out the way, like why it has to be there, and you've got to figure out a way to make it interesting and good.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured it out yet. So guess what? I'm not writing that yet. I'm not writing until, when I'm driving my car, I'm be thinking about what the heck I'm gonna write for this story, and I'm gonna be rolling around with ideas. I'm gonna bounce ideas off a friend. Mark, what do you think, man? Should the teenager just like have a really bad attitude and be annoyed and be like, "You're not my dad"? What do you think about that, Mark?
And I'd say, if nothing else, have her say "You're not my dad" somewhere, because I think that's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Maybe
don't do that.
With the rest of it, sneak into bad advice in there just because I want to see you right now.
It can happen.
I think
as a writer, it can happen.
It can turn good. Yeah, I think that's great advice, man. That's really good advice, and I think it's smart to just double check about your feelings. If you're not fired up, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Take Dawn's advice.
Don't
write it. We don't want to read it.
Don't take Dawn's advice. She doesn't want to read your crap.
She doesn't want to read your crap.
If you don't want to write it, she doesn't want to read it. You want to this? We can cut this one off. Less teenage drama, BS, and stories, because we just did that
one. Yeah, we're so good at this.
Write teenagers well. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, you can do some age appropriate stuff, but like, still stay connected to like who they are as a character
and what's going on in their actual world. Like,
yes.
If your dad is a secret agent who's fighting to save the world from a nuclear explosion in 24 hours, and you're smoking weed, maybe you're smart enough to think to yourself, maybe I just smoke weed in my room. I just quietly do it and cause no issues. I'm not saying they change the character. I'm just saying have them be smart enough to think about the world outside of themselves when their angst isn't up enough to where they can't, because that happens to people. But
and everyone's still different. Like, not all teenagers are insane and angsty and whatever. Like, everyone's still the person that they're gonna be. They're just a little more extreme in some ways, and they haven't developed certain other things, and maybe there's less emotional health. But like, yeah,
could have been interesting with her just living her life, being normal, and being like, I miss my dad, he's not around, and you know what? That means I'll do it myself. And she's just not too involved with him. And you're like, yeah, you're a bad dad, my guy. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. You want to trade off?
Yeah, let's trade off.
We like this.
Ooh, my turn.
All right, Mark has a computer now.
I
don't even know where it's coming.
That's okay. I'm gonna.
We just did the teenage ones.
I got it.
These are hates, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We called them less, but hates.
Things we want less of. Because the world is too positive of a place, we wanted to balance that out.
We're going to balance it. We're going to balance the force. Human superiority on a galactic scale.
I like this one. This was actually one of yours.
Yes, I hate this. I don't like when in stories, humans, there's like Star Trek's cool. We're going to talk about it because this one's super easy and relatable for everybody. I love Star Trek. We love Star Trek. We're going to do an episode one day on Star Trek. But they're like almost the last to the party in this galaxy. Like, someone's going to be like, excuse me, they were technically the 51st and there's 137 species. Okay, well, they're the 51st. Whatever. And somehow they're like big three in power. Like, everyone's like, get behind the humans. Vulcans had warp speed before them.
Yep, and they're smarter.
And they're smarter. And they're calm and stronger.
And they have the neck pin.
They got the neck pin. Yeah, I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I'm a human. I'm pro us. Yay. But can it be a little realistic? Star Trek does a pretty good job with it. But I mean, I use it as an example. A lot of other properties, you're just like, why are they top dogs? Why are we top dogs? We
just need a reason for it.
We need a reason.
You definitely need a reason for that. I like that.
Let's see, another one. Alien horror storylines.
This is mine.
Yeah, you wrote, because it feels predictable. If you do it, you better dominate. I like the ones that you write.
All my notes.
It's got the fire in there.
Yeah. So again, like, okay, I'm not gonna. I want to talk about a couple properties that I just read, but I'm not gonna get into that. The alien horror storyline, I've seen it a million times. Obviously, Alien. Predator, like, just a lot of times it turns out it just goes the horror direction when they see him. And so a lot of now, whenever there's a first encounter type situation, I'm bracing for the horror thing already, and I'm like, and it's not that it's bad. It's just I've already lost some interest.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm like, I'm wincing, waiting for it to go bad. It's almost like the miscommunication trope.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I'm wincing. I can feel that it might go there, and I'm like, oh, that just bugs the heck out of me, know? And it's not that the trope is super broken. It's like, I hate that feeling in that situation personally. And so I feel it going horror, and I'm like, I don't know, please don't.
Yeah.
And whenever it doesn't, nowadays, whenever it doesn't, I'm refreshed. I'm like, oh, well, what do we have here? Like, what is going on? because I think that at least 50% of the time it's going straight horror.
You get more engaged when it doesn't. You have you start being like, oh, they subverted the expectation that's been drilled into me through Hollywood cinema and books for so many stories.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, we're not doing that.
So it zones me in immediately. And think about this. So you may be like, well, dude, like if it's an alien, it's a good chance it wants to eat you. That makes sense. That does make sense. It would be an awe-inspiring situation. It could and you know, the fact that it could be a horror type thing makes a lot of sense. But think about it in terms of storytelling. In terms of storytelling, horror is one direction.
Yeah,
you've got horror, you've got adventure, you've got you just got a million different paths that you could choose.
Yeah.
So when it goes horror again, I'm like, okay, narratively speaking, you better dominate. Like you better dominate, and there's some really good properties that do this well. So like, better do a good job.
Yeah. The adventure stories that have a dip into horror that just dominate that little bit of part, like just a little bit of a chapter or a full chapter that's horror, and then they're back into their adventure. I mean, that's great. Or you can mess it up, and it just feels like what we've seen.
Like remember Arrival?
No, well, tell me about
it.
Arrival.
It was like an alien movie. Everyone loved it. It got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. It's a very well made film. I think Amy Adams is in it.
Oh yes, I know.
And she's a linguist, and so that was interesting because it has a horror elements to it. But they're like, we have to figure out how to communicate, and that was the kind of the that became the movie, and that was another point where it's like, oh. It's kind of refreshing. Okay, like, and you would think that would be a boring story, but and a lot of the stuff that Andy Weir writes, you're like, he's just going to talk about science and stuff like that. Guess what? Spoiler alert: it's not boring.
No,
it's survival. It's and it's being creative, and it's finding creative solutions to problems, which is interesting and fun and unique.
So take the horror, if you're going to do it, take the horror, but add in expertise of whoever else is in there, because if it's just hide and seek from the monster, that's a little. I think that's the played out thing. Yeah. But if it's, you know, the monster's starving and you're a professional chef and you're going to cook for him, I'm like, wild direction. But like, if that stops the monster from eating you and you're, you know, could be interesting.
Just try some of the other stuff. Don't
try something.
Straight horror. Immediately, I'm just like,
I agree with that.
I hate being jump scared, and I refuse to jump. Life hack, if you want to look cool. Okay, so you're on your little date, right? You got to impress your date. They're watching this movie and it's a horror movie or whatever. You're like, oh gosh, don't look at the screen. Like, look at the bottom corner of the screen, and everyone else is like, oh,
and you're just sitting there sewing thoughts.
You're like,
kind of saw it coming.
I would have murdered him.
Yeah, shake from me.
I would have parried.
I would have parried him. I like that. I like the way you parried.
I liked your parry. You did one on a video the other day. You were like. You were drunk. You were doing the Jack Sparrow thing.
Oh, yeah.
Parry. It was like really smooth. I was like, that looked like a good parry. Mine would be more like, you know, just.
Yours is like a Rocky parry. It's
brute force.
Yeah, you said
eat a punch on the way.
That's eating the counter. Yeah, but I love
it. Something more what we love.
Yeah,
fighting style stuff. Unpacking character through fight style.
Yeah, through movement and fight style.
Yeah. This or Perry, like I'm way smarter than you and I'm drunk and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that's a cool character, but also this guy who's just
like, why do you keep punching me when I punch you? I'm gonna punch you when you punch me. I'm gonna punch you when you punch me.
It's a war of attrition. I'm gonna win.
Adrian.
Yeah, Carrie, that's not on our list. Building character through fight style.
Oh, that's on our yeses list.
That's definitely a yes.
You know what? Let's switch to the yeses.
Let's switch. Wait, you know, it was feeling a little negative.
Yeah.
Let's go positive. Here we go.
But before we go positive, another word from our sponsor.
But before we go positive, a quick commercial break. Writer's Block is brought to you by 10 subscribers, and you can be the 11th. Like and subscribe today.
We're back.
We're back.
Yep. Man, that dude was handsome, whoever it was.
So good. Great hair.
Whatever he said, listen to him.
Or skull.
All right, here we go.
Some positives. Wait, we did this.
We did some of these. We made our way down.
Good of you. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go. Oh, we did that one too.
There's one. That one's like a side conversation off a conversation we already had, which is more legit reasons for archaic tech and futuristic stories.
Yeah.
I think we were just kind of like following that train of thought. You got any thoughts on that?
I kind of feel like we touched it enough.
Yeah, we did. But think about those stories that have the. If you can give me a reason to where I have to have a sword,
Yes.
while everyone else has a laser gun, and it's a good thing. But build it into the world. That's going to be really
Let's
fun.
touch on Dune for 10 seconds here. You were talking about, I'm remembering the conversation now.
Yep.
We make this list, and then we kind of go like, all right.
Well, and Star Wars.
And Star Wars, yeah.
Both of these properties figured out a reason to have ancient tech make a meaningful contribution in a futuristic world. So Star Wars, it's a laser sword, so it can block, it can block bullets,
and people that use it are space wizards, so they can move quicker.
And it's rare, and so think about like if Star Wars didn't exist, and you started from that point, a lot of Star Wars could bloom from that idea, and a lot of what people saw, I promise you, in 1979 or whatever, when they saw this, and they saw them. They're coming to see the movie.
Blew their brains out of their head. So, they just rocketed to like.
Yeah,
it was cool.
But so that's a great reason. There's a reason for it, and it's baked into the world. And then Dune, I think its high speed projectiles can't penetrate the shield.
Yeah.
Right. So
so they'll use
a knife up close, and they can't slash and go fast. They have to go slow enough to
penetrate
to get through,
the shield,
which is so that gives me a whole nother vibe. And so you built a whole, and that's more the vibe of Dune. It's gritty and it's brutal, and like you're reading it like, I don't like this, but it's got a feel to it, and that's the world, and it tells you what the world is.
So don't just rely on how you really love your space rifles.
It's future, so we can only have space rifles,
right? Like,
and they have to be
moron
lasers.
Would not use this, like, actually, even just lasers to like kinetic weapons or something like that. Think of why it's positive.
Why would bullets go extinct?
Right.
Would they, or would they not? So, like in Soulstar, they still use shotguns.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else that spreads a bunch of just like there's like forks and crap flying.
Because like Pokemon says, it's super effective.
It's super effective, super effective damage, and so like it's still there. They have the laser stuff too, but mix them in. And then if there's a reason for the magic system or the tech system to say that goes extinct, dope.
That's cool. In fact, it would be cool to have somebody not care in that world, and then you show why it got extinct.
Yeah.
You use them as the rule. Anyway, that was good. I'm glad we touched on that again. All right, more setting, driving story.
Yeah, this is a big one for me. So like this goes to the Dawn rule of storytelling, where I'm like, babe, just bouncing some ideas, and she's like trying to do something else. She's like, puts her stuff down. She's like, all right, I'll play therapist. What do you need? I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of stuck. Like, remember what she says. She says, like, look, if you don't want to write it, no one's going to want to read it. Find what you want to write. Figure that out. Take your time. Do it. I believe that strongly for setting. I hate it when the setting is not working for me. So, and there were many scenes in Soulstar where the setting wrote the scene for me and it gave me the vibe.
Yeah.
It gave me the ambiance. It gave me this the foreboding. It gave me the brutality of the world, and then the setting is, there's it's a tidally locked planet. So like one side is constantly exposed to the sun. You can only go so far, and only with like a resin shield can you go. And then it's like melting, and you've got to get out of there eventually. Or you go to the other side, and it's always black, dark, cold, and frozen, negative 200 degrees Celsius.
Right.
And so the further you get, the worse it gets. And so like part of the story is set like right on the twilight. Part of the story is set right at the edge, and it's crazy cold. And they've got like all the the tech, and they're breathing out there and they're looking at the auroras and all this stuff. It's just ominous and cool. And then there's like a recovery mission all the way in the cold, and they put on these like heavy duty suits, and he's like, all right, we've got 10 minutes.
Right.
And then it can't recirculate your heat anymore.
Wow.
And and the pressure, it's just like the pressure and everything, and like and how cold it is. It's a whole nother scene, and
constricting.
Just getting into the science of that completely changed the feel of that scene. And they're exploring, and it's just like those cool scenes where like they're in the tomb or whatever, and they're exploring the thing. So they're exploring this wreck, and it's just everything is frozen. And it's just iced over. It's just super interesting. So again, it's an idea of setting working for you, and the better your setting to do that, the easier it's gonna be to write and to create tone.
That's something to think about too. Just expounding on that advice is saying like, so don't just think that you're in a spaceship and you're like, you move on from there.
Mhm.
You need to understand what's going on in the spaceship. Where is it? Where's the spaceship located? Is it outside of a black hole far enough away? Or is there a hum of the engines all the time?
Yep.
Is it a fusion engine that's got a little crack, so it's always a bit hot in the place? Like what is this?
One detail like that can
Mhm.
make your whole book.
Can change everything. Yep. So I love that. This is a good one. This one's a big star. More setting driving story. I think that's great. All right, I got this one. Better action, more choreography in books. You wrote, it can be done.
Yeah. So can I tell you why people say not to do this? And
Yes.
you say why you want to see more of it and how you would do it.
I would love that.
So this is inside the world of writing, right? Which is this kind of what we bring to the table. We're both writers. So in the world of writing, they say the best, and it's this like Brandon Sanderson's advice, and it's very good advice. And I live this advice. It's when you get into a fight scene, do not make the mistake of going blow by blow.
Right.
And so when I wrote the Paraclete, there's a spear fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to do this right. And so I watched all the videos. The guy, there's a guy who does spear stuff, and he's the same guy. There's no one else. He's the guy, the bald guy. He's like British. He's awesome.
Look this guy up.
I forget his name, but he's incredible. He knows weapons. And I watched all his videos on spear fighting.
Okay.
And so like I choreographed a scene to where like they're doing these high end techniques to where like someone's closing the distance, so they slide the spear back in their grip, and they're fighting with the point from here and grabbing further up, or they're being deceptive and sliding, and they'll slide the spear in their hand and then catch the end to get a little extra. And this is crazy high level stuff. It was the most boring scene known to me. And I'm like, why? I did my research. Like, why? And I read it to my brother, and he was just like, his eyes were great. And he was like, no, it's great, bro. I loved it, bro. It's really good. Yeah. Super. You want to do something else? And, yeah. I was like, what's wrong? While I was reading, I was like, the scene is broken. And so you have to be careful about blow by blow because it's a written medium.
Yeah.
It's not a visual medium. You're competing with a visual medium. You're gonna lose. And so when I rewrote it, like I had to give up almost all that stuff. I had one or two cool moves, but I dumbed them down and I focused more on blocking and some things like that, and it worked. But so that's the rule of thumb is like be careful about really choreographing your scenes. But what would you say?
So I agree with that, and we do that in film too, where we go like, hey, there's very detailed stuff happening here, but we're not explaining it. We're letting you see it and enjoy it through the visual of it. And I think that's what Brandon Sanderson is telling you to do here. But I think that where you are matters. The choreography of positioning and where they are. Because if I say, oh, he kicked him into the tree, and you don't know where the tree is in relative to Sam, then did I kick him 500 yards or did I kick him 10 feet? So I think when you're writing, it's good to place where they are, even if it's a passing mention, and do it creatively. Don't just say, Sam passed by a tree, moving on, and you're like, why'd you mention that? You go, Sam passed by a tree that smelled of old rotten, and lacquer. And then, we get into an argument and my character kicks Sam's character into the tree. Then you can have him later on say, the smell of rotten lacquer won't leave me or something like that. But they know where you were.
Yeah. So
I think that that's important because a lot of times it feels like people get into altercations in a void within a space, if that makes sense.
So that's blocking. Like you have to do blocking well, or you lose the whole scene, and it's easy for that to be boring. I think kind of, and this is some what you were saying the other day is like, I don't want it to be boring. It's an action scene. I want it to be awesome.
Yeah. And
so it boils down to spend the time. If I go and I write all the boring movements and I block it really well, and I don't go too far into the fight scene, and the stakes of the fight scene, it'll work on paper. It'll be fine. And this is something that you're very good with. But what if I took them? If I really put the time in to get the descriptors perfect for every punch that is thrown, and I don't have to describe it in painstaking detail how his fist arcs through the air. But what if I just choose the perfect exact words in the small space that I have to make you feel it and to make it like you feel the concussion of the thing hitting you? Take your time and do that because a lot of writers can't.
Right, because you're choreographing the feeling of it rather than the actual choreography. you know, and sometimes you have to say he took a step here, but you need to choreograph the feeling of that step rather than the actual step.
Yep. And
So,
just doing the extra couple layers to really like
iterate it.
to land each and every one of those things, it'll put you to the top of the pile as far as a writer goes.
Yeah, and also think of every hit that you've seen in any movie or that you've read about in any book. The biggest impact hit isn't that they did 900 things to make one thing hit. It's that they hit the person and the music stopped.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the music stopped or the scene shifted to black and white when they hit them, and you were like, "Shit, they got hit."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's a really interesting analogy. They cut the music right when it hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I'm gonna think about that.
What do we got? Oh,
Man, we got so many good ones, dude.
we like stuff. Look how positive
We
we
like
are.
a lot of things.
We do. Here we go. Utopian futures, not steampunk. Solarpunk. Did we touch on this a little bit? with the
Maybe
Star
a
Trek
little
thing?
bit. I think the only thing I'd throw out is that steampunk is awesome,
Yes.
and it's so awesome and interesting, and it's so influenced by all these great movies that we watched, and like
Mhm.
the whole steampunk is also the 80s. So when
Yeah.
the 80s looked into 2026, they saw that,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. And so I understand why so many people are just writing that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
why don't we hit pause with where we are and look 30
Mm.
years into our future and force ourselves into a different direction for creativity's sake?
Yeah.
That's
I
my
like that.
thing. A lot of my plotting I do that I actually do, which I don't like plotting, but a lot of the plotting that I actually do is I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's putting I'm putting limitations on myself to force myself into some direction, and if I can't figure out where to go, a lot of times that's where some creativity will get me out, and that's where you can write something interesting and new. And by no steampunk, you're not allowed to. It's super cool. I love the mohawk. I love the freaking robot arm. It's so freaking cool.
It's pretty cool.
I'm not doing it. I can't.
I think that's smart, dude. That's the way to go. I think with creativity in film, if you give. So here's a little writer's tip for you because it's a film person's reality.
All right.
If you give somebody the ability to do anything they want, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the best story. It likely means that they're going to put in too much, and the story is going to suffer from wealth, basically. You know, like sometimes
Limitations
Limitations
breed
are important.
creativity.
They breed creativity.
It's
yeah.
like music is the analogy. So freedom in music is not you can do anything, man. That sounds like crap.
It does, yeah.
It's understanding it's the rules, and the rules and limitations of music are very restrictive, and they're the rules. And then out of understanding the rules and working within them, then you can earn the places where you break your way out.
Right.
But the limitations don't have to make you, you're crushing my creativity, bro.
Right.
I don't want to write within 60,000 to 90,000 words, agent. You're just part of the industry.
You're crushing it. I got an epic to write.
Let the limitations,
Yeah.
force creativity. That can make some cool things happen.
You got to boil down your epic War and Peace into 90,000 words.
If you can.
And look, War and Peace is good. But if I was writing War and Peace, I 100% would be like, I think like 90 of these chapters are just me talking about the political landscape. And I could probably get rid of it.
Some of it is the day and age we're in, too. Like, people's attention spans are what they are. And if you're a writer, you're competing with everything else in the world. And so, like, if they're asking you to be a little bit snappier, just a little bit, it's not necessarily the worst thing ever.
It's not a disrespect on you.
And then when you go long, you have to go long. It's not because you can't go short.
You're earning your long.
You've earned the fact that this story has sprawled to the point that it needs to be this, and that's the best vehicle for it. So can I have this instead? Right. That's a whole different discussion than just like, I don't want to go short. I just wanted to
picture 10 books, each one of them. 20,000.
Explore for a little while in the middle of the book. Yeah, it's called a messy middle. It's very boring.
It's a messy middle.
And you know what Dawn would say? She'd say, I don't want to read your crap. I don't want to read it. You're not better than the show I'm watching right now. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah, that's good. All right, where are we at? We are another good space western, and maybe Nathan Fillion a spaceship. A spaceship's just a horse. Okay.
First of all, that's the best quote ever. That's your quote. But we just were like, we want another good space western because space westerns are just the best. They have been done a ton. We just freaking love them.
They're cool.
So great. They're so cool. and I was thinking maybe Nathan Fillion because I just love Nathan Fillion, and I love Firefly, and everyone loves Firefly. And you put a spaceship's just a horse, which is that's so awesome.
It's the truth. It's just a horse.
Like you name the ship, you know, and that's like, so that's part of the lore of a good Western is like the horse is it's not just a freaking animal. Like that is your partner. Like that horse will die for you.
Right.
Like in a heartbeat if you built that type of relationship and like, so yeah, you know, and it's like that with Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon or whatever. That's the one, you know, that the ship has a personality, and it's not because they put a stupid droid in the ship.
Right.
Like they retconned in later on, like, you know, oh, that's why it's so interesting because it's got a sassy droid for the brain. No, it's not. It was cool because it was his horse at the beginning, and it didn't have to have a sassy brain. It had a personality, and it brought that to every single scene. And you know, when he's mad at it because it's falling apart, like you only have emotions with something that you're like connected with, you know. And so like
push and pull with.
Yeah,
it was so good. More X-Men 90s cartoon stuff.
That just cartoon was. I don't even know if that's like a thing that we have to talk about. Have you seen the X-Men 90s like cartoons back then, and then the new one they did?
2 different ones, but all kind of the same. Watch them.
So good.
Watch them.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there because
we'll leave it there.
I think we were just talking at this point.
We're just talking at this point.
This one. More low stakes stuff set in these futuristic worlds.
I love it. Why don't you talk on that one?
All right. I think like slice of life is so interesting, and every time somebody creates a world, they have to fight the Klingons, they have to fight the Death Star, they have to fight, you know, whoever the Space Emperor.
There's a galactic war, and it's all come to its peak, and that's where you drop me into the story.
Right.
Which that makes sense intuitively, but every time.
Like, can we just go back 100 years before that happened and talk about the Space Baker and just like bouncing around place to place, like
surviving in an early shit.
Yeah,
just surviving and getting from place to place and trying not. And the big bad is just space.
It's
and
just
you're trying
space,
not to die. Like that's a. So some of these smaller rabbit trail stories that got you to the big story, like they're great self-contained stories, and we want more of them.
How cool would it be if you were writing, let's say, Star Wars, like the first 3, and instead of doing that, and I know that Disney's literally done this, they went back and they told some of these slice of life stories that turned into bigger pieces. But if you started your story there with your creativity of what you were doing, you know the world you want to build. You're not ready to write the big story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's true. You got to keep track of everything in order to do it successfully. Write the big story. So why not write a few small ones
in the world?
That's part of why Andor was so good.
Yeah.
Andor in general is a lower, you know, it's a more behind the scenes type of story, and then you know you've got the stories within a story, like the one with Andy Serkis in the Prison Break.
Yeah.
It's a little mini arc. It's a few episodes, and Andy Serkis is a character in there. And then if you haven't watched it, oh my gosh, watch it. Andor season 1. That itself is worth the price. That itself is worth Ahsoka and Acolyte, and like it's worth.
It builds so much more world.
And it's 3 episodes, and it builds so much more of the world, and they're just in prison. Yeah, because a droid grabbed him and was like, "You're going to jail." Yeah, and it made me hate the Empire for the first time. They weren't just this nameless. Oh, the bad guys. They're the bad guys, and they wear black, and they play that dun dun dun
planet. But, you know, that planet was fighting them. I mean, look, we're not on the Empire side.
We're not on the Empire side,
but the point is that you didn't see it from the ground level.
You lose what it would actually feel like, and you lose the connection to it.
Right.
So when you see the small story, they're like checking everyone's IDs, and they're just like arresting people for no reason, and then when you're in jail, you're screwed.
You're screwed.
Now you're just under the thumb of the machine. Yeah. Like you feel you're just like these guys got to go, bro. Like
and they're making you build the weapons,
and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you feel that. Yeah. So more small stake stories. That's awesome. Can I one more thing on that?
Do it.
Because I know we're probably out of time. But I'm rereading some of the old Star Wars decanonized stuff. And nice. The one I'm reading is not that great. I love Timothy Zahn. It's just it's not that good. Objectively, it's not that good. Been reading too much good stuff like Andy Weir and all this stuff, and then I read that I'm like, oh, it's not as good.
Stop drinking all the fine wine.
I know. Dang that gummit! I used to love this wine. Now I have to pay more for it. It's in a box. It's in a milk carton.
Oh, I was living such a good life in college.
Dad gummit. His X-wing. It breaks, basically. Okay. He throws it into this crazy maneuver to escape this situation he shouldn't be able to escape, and he breaks, and he does a mini jump, and he breaks, and so now he's just floating dead in space. It is It's bad. He's just like, Luke's like, crap.
Yeah.
I can't communicate. I'm running out of power. My life support is this. And R2's freaking out. R2's like, you're going to freaking die, you know? And so he's out in space trying to fix the hyperdrive, because if he can't jump, he's screwed.
He's just in dead space.
First one, it's cooked. So he gets to the second one, and it's cooked. And he's like,
this can't keep going.
So he sends out a distress signal and puts himself into like a force coma, basically. He like goes to like hardcore to sleep. And someone comes and rescues him. Obviously, Luke's not going to freaking die. But like,
spoiler alert, Luke.
Spoiler alert, he lived. He didn't die from. But that situation, I was like, oh, this has juice, and it's that little. And again, Andy Weir understands that. Like, where is the conflict coming from? It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be freaking Snoke, who's not even Snoke, who's just a puppet of the Emperor, and like, it doesn't have to be all that crap. It can be space. Yeah. It can be a monster. It can be a gang, a rival gang. It can be your best friend, and you can't get past this issue, and you're seeing it differently, and he won't give, and you can't give.
And you can't break. Yeah.
And that's a story.
A good story.
So,
good story.
Yeah.
And I think we're almost done with the likes. You want to try and get through them in what's our time frame? Probably around 8.
Let's do a rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I like it.
Through everything. You think we can do it?
We can do it.
Okay, right, but we have to go rapid fire, and I'm talking to myself.
I'm done.
You're actually good at rapid fire.
No. I'm the same with you. All right, here we go. More adult characters being idiots because a lot of people are idiots IRL.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So, I don't know. That makes sense.
I think that makes sense. We're good.
Okay, my 2-second thing. I'm starting to write Soulstar 2. In the situation, there's all this stuff that happens, and there's the rich bad guys, and there's the socioeconomic system. I'm not, and there's the poor people they're trying to save and help, right? I'm not stupid enough to think that just that rich bad, poor good.
Right.
Once you've created that society, and now you're trying to, or once you've saved the day, and now you're trying to create a society, people ain't gonna show up to work.
People are people.
People gonna be late. Some people gonna be jerks. Some people are gonna try to fight you.
Some
just
people
because people are people.
Over, take advantage of the new
But
system.
he saved them. Aren't they thankful? That's not how life works. People are jerks. People are idiots.
Yeah.
So don't put anyone on a pedestal, and be willing to write people being stupid people, because they are.
That you want to be the people to be saved.
We're all jerks sometimes. It's okay.
Jerks.
So
individually, collectively.
That can drive story.
I like it. Broken, taped together shit in the future. More of the Millennium Falcon.
We've said this 18 times, but it's the best.
We like it.
Some of it would be broken and taped together, and we love that.
Okay, going into the less of.
Okay.
Dying Earth. Earth is always a wasteland, brah. Fix the Earth. If you can terraform Mars, you can terraform your backyard, my G.
That's so great.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. We all see the world it's not going so great.
It's not getting better.
It's not looking great.
Nah.
But in our writing, it doesn't all have to just continue to follow the exact trajectory we think we're kind of on.
And even if it does, if you've created a world, future where we've got the science to have spaceships that can take care of all this stuff, and we've terraformed Mars, literally, I've heard people be like, we should just terraform Mars and then move there. And I read an article or saw something with Neil deGrasse Tyson being like,
I did too. Yeah.
He was like, if we can terraform Mars, why don't we just terraform Earth? And I'm like, yeah. So we should just be terraform the moon, live on one side of it, everybody in a housing system for 1 year.
And then they're like, this sucks. And they come back.
And they're like, this is so much better. Now we don't abuse the Earth.
Yeah, just stop trashing what you have. Because guess what you're going to do if you go terraform something else?
You're going to trash that too.
See our last discussion. People are idiots.
Per our last discussion. How funny would it be, though, if they terraformed the moon or terraform Mars? Everyone moves there. 10,000 years later,
the Earth completely heals.
They gotta re-terraform.
Oh, they still
they move back to Earth.
I was gonna say the Earth heals because all the idiots are gone.
It would.
Just repairs itself.
And then they move back here because it's all good, and they destroy it again. So they just keep bouncing back and forth.
It's the 8th time, and that's where we start our story.
So they have houses on both places.
Yeah.
They're just family houses that they've kept.
God,
that's dumb. It's kind of fun. All right, space being loud. We dislike this. Space having fire. We want science-accurate explosions. Space is scary. It's quiet.
You can't. There's no oxygen, so there can't be fire.
You can't have
maybe
fire.
a quick flash, but whatever is fueling the fire is consumed whenever that's
quick.
which is going to be quick because it's exposed to the vacuum of space. So there's
Cold.
a lot of it.
A lot of it. Yeah.
It's not going to keep just
Yeah.
and that's cool. Like I love that. I love an explosion.
Super cool looking. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, space is really quiet. So back to your other point, like you get hit, everything's chaos, and then all of a sudden,
Silence.
dead silence, and they're just floating at that point.
And there's some great storytelling right there.
Mm-hmm.
Spaceships that are optimized for atmospheric flight. Oh, you hate wings.
Yeah, well, I love wings. Okay, so like one of the reasons I love Star Wars is because the ships are freaking cool.
They're cool.
When I was a kid, I went to Barnes and Noble. It was around back then. It was actually probably doing
great name, Barnes.
Doing pretty well back then.
Yeah.
And I would just go, and there's a couple books, Star Wars books with all the ships, and I'll just look at all the ships. It's the coolest thing in the world. And I'd look at all the specs and blah, blah, blah. They're all decanonized now. Freaking Disney decanonized them. Some of them are so cool. How dare they? But basically, like, they look cool, but they make no sense. Because, like, these ships, they're in space. And so, like, what would be optimal would be something very different in a harder sci-fi environment. Than some cool ship with cool wings.
What did we talk about? We said we both like wings. By the way, we're like, hey, make it so your ship has to go on planets, and then you can get wings back.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about?
It's just in space, though.
Yeah. What was it like?
A sphere,
a
hexagon or something.
Hexagon.
Yeah,
it's almost like a Borg sphere with a Dyson thing around it, so for gravitational pull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird submarine stuff.
Yep. Make it learn what would actually work in space and make it that. Don't just draw something that's super cool and be like, that's the ship, isn't it awesome? No.
And if you do draw a cool ship, now you got to make up a bunch of technology that explains why you picked to make that ship. Your job's harder. Now, that doesn't mean you didn't make something cool.
Your job's harder, but you got ChatGPT. Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Ask Chat how some of the science, and then put Chat away.
Yeah.
And draw and figure this stuff out.
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
But you do have a Google assistant that's going to help you.
Yeah. So it's harder, but it's not.
But it's not.
We're spoiled, y'all. We're spoiled.
Yeah. Back in the day, we'd be like, do the science, and then
do you know a scientist? Do you know a rocket scientist?
Flip forward 4 years.
That's what these guys did. Like in the old like sci-fi books, they're like talking to freaking astronauts and stuff, like crazy. So.
We don't have to work that hard, so
no, we don't.
Work smart.
And Chat may be lying to us. We don't. He probably is. It's probably like, I don't know. Sure, yeah, wings are dumb. You're right. What do you think? You think wings are dumb? Wings are dumb.
Sources from Wikipedia say.
Yeah.
Okay. Less of the red shirt dying rule. If a lot of people die, you got to kill an actual character.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just the law of realism. So like, if you write an epic fantasy and none of your actual characters die, you lose tons of validity points.
Yeah.
If this is like their armies clashing, someone's gonna die.
Someone's gonna die.
Or else, like, what are you doing?
Ooh,
it's not believable anymore.
Here's a curveball for that one, though.
Okay.
What if it's the first chapter of the book and the ship's being destroyed? Well, you're just introducing these characters now as the ship's being destroyed. Do you think you kill one of them, or do you make a character? You
kill whoever you want. You kill the captain, you kill all the high-ranking people, you kill the good-looking guy who looks at the camera.
Yeah.
You kill everybody, and then whoever emerges, they're your actual cast. So you kind of like you get a low-ranking red shirt, you get a
the high-ranking guy. You start the book following.
You get Data, and you get another, and now you put this ragtag group together and you follow them. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
But that's kind of cheating. That's kind of cheating.
It is cheating, but
because you can build those characters beforehand
to kill them right away
and make them perfect, and then kill everyone else and be like, I can't believe these guys survived.
You just have dirtbag Phil being like, guys, which way do we go? You can't help us, Phil. You can't even shoot good. Just get to the pod. And Phil goes to the pod and he just lives. You can't even read good. Get to the pod, Phil.
But once you've started the show, you can't just keep killing. There's no stakes if you're just murdering all the red shirts.
Yeah.
This is the Star Trek thing. If there's a dude in a red shirt who's down there going down to the planet, it's gonna be bad.
You ever seen
his face is getting eaten?
You ever seen Galaxy Quest?
I love Galaxy Quest.
So
I used to love it when I was a kid, and it stood up really well.
It does.
Like, everyone still loves it. So
great
cast.
Oh yeah, everybody on the cast.
Great cast.
Speaking of sci-fi horror, Alien, Sigourney Weaver's in it, so you guys should check it out.
Yep.
But Guy he was a red shirt in the original series, and so he was afraid to go down to the planet because he always died.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Anyways, all right. Less using future tech to solve problems, but not using it for the villain too.
This was yours.
Yeah.
That's not clear, but do you remember what we were saying?
I think it was something like, if the hero was in a position, then you use science, magic, future tech, whatever you want to call it, to get him out of a situation. But the bad guy is not using it that way too, and it's not even like super interesting on how he uses it. It's just like, good thing we got the personal force laser shield belt, and he puts that on, and you're like,
and the bad guy has no answer for it.
Got no answer for it. He doesn't even effing know it exists.
Even though he's like, got the same tech.
Same tech. He's like, my grandfather gave me this belt. You're like, so it's 90 years old?
Ooh, I got a good one for you coming off of that.
I'll do it.
I want a story where, so Brandon Sanderson style, the good guy figures out the magic system and figures out how to level up the magic system right at the perfect time. Mm-hmm. Holy crap, if I combine this ability and this ability like this, now I can do this. Yeah. Holy crap, they just broke the whole game. It's epic. It's like everything you ever wanted. Mm-hmm. The bad guy does that crap.
Yeah.
Not the good guy. And the good guy's like, oh crap.
That would be cool.
I can't, how is he doing this? Or he just did this. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
So show the bad guy being smart with the tech too, not just like a shield, nothing goes through it.
We're screwed, guys. Yeah. Oh, that's.
He knows they have shields.
Your bad guy built the shields. No.
Yeah.
I like that though. I like the better your bad guy, the better your story.
Absolutely. That is rock solid advice.
Yeah.
You can have an underpowered protagonist or a dumb protagonist,
even
and
better.
It's still fun.
It's still a good story.
But you need that bad guy to be pretty solid.
He's got to be competent.
Yeah.
Even if he's got big faults, like he wants to monologue or something. But
yeah.
Please don't have a monologue for no good reason. It's a little old.
That's another good one.
That's okay, last one.
Okay.
I hate the male love interest for the female protagonist right now. No agency or character or arc or muscle tone. All that negativity has become cool, and I hate it. Just kill them off for dramatic effect. It'll be better. We hates it.
I was ranting at that point. So if it's here's what I'm positing.
Okay.
For a lot of stories now, if it's like a big female protagonist, that's dope. But they almost always pair her with this male love interest, and he's just
blah,
floppy. He just exists to, I don't know.
I like floppy.
He's floppy. Yeah, he just doesn't bring anything to the table, and that's like the epitome of like being a good male nowadays. And I'm just like, I don't like that. Like maybe he can be a jerk still.
Yeah.
Maybe he's super kind and he's loyal to her and he's competent, but give him some character traits.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't just freaking agree with her all the freaking time. Maybe he doesn't do whatever she says all the time, even if he's completely in love with her. Like, let there be some source of tension. Give him some source of agency and maybe even flaws.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, look, we're both married. We don't agree with our wives all the time. They don't agree with us. We're still married and happy.
Yeah.
Here's a good example of what you're talking about, but flipped around because we used to do it in film and stories a lot back in the 80s and 70s and 60s. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I believe, versus
the Nazi girl?
The Nazi girl. No. The Indiana Jones, the girl in the bar that's drinking the whiskey.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's the first one then.
That's the first
Raiders,
one.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, yeah. She's the best of all the Indiana Jones
awesome.
girls. And which is why she comes back for the other ones. I don't care about those movies. But
they don't exist.
She's well written. She's capable. She doesn't agree with him.
Yeah.
They argue back and forth.
Probably slaps him a few times.
He looks at her being like, I'm gonna give you one. I'm like, okay, bang zoom. Maybe we don't do that no more, man. But
she could take care of herself.
She could. She knocks out a big Russian guy at the very beginning. She's cool. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the girl that's just running around, her whole line is Indy. That's all she does.
And it's a disaster.
It's a disaster. So we've gone from writing men that are capable, like the woman in the first Indiana Jones, she's very capable, to writing men that are Indy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, none of that's good writing. We shouldn't have done it with women. We shouldn't do it with men. They're not interesting characters. They're red shirts. They're fine.
Yeah.
To not mention dying off, and then you kill off a main character too, so that it gives weight. In fact, that's the point. Them dying off in story doesn't have any weight because you don't care about them either way. You might be happy for them to stop being around.
Yeah, it's like we're scared of like writing masculinity in any shape. There's a good redemptive way to do masculinity.
Yeah,
and it'd be cool to see that, even if it's flawed. more in female-driven stories.
Yeah, and it will be flawed.
Yeah,
in fact,
it should be. That's better storytelling.
That's better storytelling, and that's what masculinity and femininity is. It's flawed in all, at least reflective in all people. So, like, I don't know anybody perfect. So that means that male or female. So just don't be afraid to write these guys that accidentally blow up your secret base of the good guys while trying to blow up the bad guys' base.
Yeah.
He can make a catastrophic
or
mistake.
blow up the relationship.
And blow up the relationship.
If you want to go into more of like that type of
yeah, they can
genre.
do something catastrophic, but they don't have to be weak. They can be meaning good and doing wrong. If you need your story to have, like, because someone's got to be the hero. It doesn't have to be that guy, but can't be just an idiot. Anyway.
That's good. We got through our list.
We did it.
It's pretty good. I don't think it was in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So this one might be a little longer, but we're super excited. Check in on us really soon. We're going to have the Tutor Ramble episode up probably February 30th, I think. We'll probably have it up.
Are we doing it live?
So we're filming it on the 23rd of February. And we'll probably have it up, that Saturday. So we're filming it that Monday. That Saturday it'll come up. So be looking out for that. We'll do some posts to keep you updated, but yeah.
Solstara 1.
Solstara 1.
Track with us.
Working on it. Book that update. I'm about to get my edits in from the developmental editor. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bleeding. Let's see how bad it's bleeding. So
that's stick with us because it would be interesting to follow a writer while he's going through the editing process. And lucky for us, we got one.
Maybe we can film me before I have time to emotionally process. Just right when I'm reading, like, what?
Film you the day, like, what? Right before.
He's the best character.
Yeah. your face right before you open it up, you're smiling.
Got 20,000 words. I know I just said make everything shorter, but not my stuff.
Not me. I meant them.
Every word was written with purpose.
What do you mean Reed's not a good character? Kill him.
Oh my God, he's an author, Stan. He has to be good. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you around.
Bye, guys. Oh, we did it again.
That's fun. All right, bro. Check this out.